it gets a little weird here. But if you see a lot of the narratives being said about major disclosures coming in 2026, now this is around the UAPs. Are you familiar with the UAPs, or what most people call the whole UFO thing? I mean, the mainstream coverage around this has grown exponentially. I don't think that's an accident with the direction everything is going, whether it be political or financial, because it's really the financial system that underpins society and our behavior behind it. So the speculation now is not everything that we've been told. I don't think it's organic. I think it's mostly BS, what's coming out as far as how the narrative is being set. Now, I do remember, and I have listened to people in the past, where the founders of NASA in the early days, and we can all translate NASA and see what that means. I don't want to say it here. But one of the close colleagues was warned that eventually there would be an engineered false flag event, which would be a stage scenario involving an extraterrestrial threat, used as a final underlying force, you could say, to bring all nations under a one world government. And now I'm not saying that's guaranteed that it could happen, but I think given the circumstances and how the narrative is being set and what we've seen with the global coordination during the pandemic, other crises, how do you think this narrative could be used to consolidate power? I'm just curious what you think about all of this.
Okay, this is a good opportunity for me to share a philosophical strategy that I've had with my newsletter for 22 years now. It's 21 and a half years. If they talk about it and it gets out there in the discussion, it ain't going to happen.
Interesting.
Okay, now let me give you some exact examples, precise examples. It was somewhere around early 2023, and we heard that there might be a nuclear detonation in Poland, and they might blame it on the Russians. False flag. And I said, therefore, it won't happen. Then we heard that there might be a Marburg pandemic explosion. Marburg, which is a combination of smallpox and Ebola, laboratory produced. It might happen in the United States. And I just started monitoring, and after a few months, I've heard it about 20 times. Therefore, it's not going to happen. Put it out there 20 times, it's not going to happen.
Why are they doing it?
They're doing it so that it won't happen.
I mean, it's possible they're doing it to keep us distracted from XRP too.
I think the white hats have a supercomputer simulation at work, and they realize the same thing I do. If you talk about it 20 times, it will not happen. So let's get the Marburg out there 20 times. Let's get the alien invasion out there 20 times. Maybe they'll do the attack and they'll do it on the sun, but they'll do it at night.
I totally understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
No, I get it, Jim. But I one thing I know for certain is that the tech that you see and hear a lot about is real. When I was an undergraduate, I was at Rice University and I was studying nanotechnology. And one thing I took a very close interest in was quantum trapping, anti-gravitational force fields, and how essentially you can indeed extract energy from the vacuum of space-time. And that's essentially the empty space between us. It starts to get really weird.
It's over my head.
Yeah. So, obviously the tech exists. So where did that come from?
The tech
biblical,
is there.
Is it something else? I mean,
I think the alien colonies are deep in the ocean. I've seen many videos regarding U.S. Air Force tracking, and then all of a sudden, hey, they just went into the Pacific, 220 miles east of Los Angeles. We can't track them. And the Tic Tacs, the Tic Tacs they talk about, the little items they call them a Tic Tac. It's just a nickname, but it's a monitor, and it moves tremendously fast. Okay, I have one instance that's close to home, and I don't want to mention locations and I don't want to mention names, but I was told a story where a friend of mine actually saw an event. And what he does is he likes to look east for the sunrise. And he has a home on a hill, and he looks over the valley here, and it's a 30 to 40 mile valley. And he saw an a purple dot far in the distance over the mountains on the other end of the horizon. And Verson, he counted 6 seconds that it went overhead to the other horizon.
Yeah.
30 to 40 miles in 6 seconds.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Now, okay, this brings about some easy napkin math. 6 seconds is 1/600th of an hour. So you multiply 30 or 40 miles by 600, and you get 18 to 24,000 miles an hour. That purple dot moved. And my question to him was, what was its altitude? I mean, I just feel, I don't say, whoa, that's really cool. I come out with questions. I asked, did it make any noise? He said, no, silent. How high was it? He said, it was up there. I couldn't see any details on its structure. It was probably 10,000 feet. I said, then it had to be really big. If you saw a dot, that had to be like maybe 100 meters big in diameter. He said, very possibly. 20,000 miles an hour. Okay. We're not alone. I was in X-Files. I love that stuff. I had a crush on Gillian Anderson. I thought she was just gorgeous. Oh yeah. Anyway, we're not alone. They're hiding in the ocean,
underground,
and they're hiding underground, and they're hiding in full view among us.
Interesting.
With disguises or adaptations. I don't want to get into all that.
Yeah,
but
no, neither do I. Just wanted to
your question was on the event to bring about a global power shift. I think it's more likely to happen over a failed foundation to the global financial system. I think it's also more likely to happen regarding a geological, geophysical event like, what's the word? Magnetic pole shift. That's already a concern. I put in the October report, the mid-Atlantic current disruption. And that's where warm water and cold water circulate along the Atlantic and go all the way below the equator. And salinity is involved for density of the water. The denser water moves more slowly. The pure water that's not so much salinity, it doesn't move as fast. That whole current is slowing down. And it's really alarmed a lot of scientific people, scientific research types in the US military. And that's one reason they're focusing on Greenland. That's just one of several reasons. So
what are they terraforming? Changing the ionosphere, changing the temperature of the planet.
I don't think it's aliens. I don't think it's alien technology that's affecting the planet Earth. I think it's the human influence. It's pollution. It's garbage. It's not carbon dioxide. How stupid is that?
That is
stupid. And they're calling nitrogen and carbon dioxide pollutants, taking over farms. Okay, these are essentials for life, and that's why they're attacking them. They're essentials for life.
Oh wow!
Okay. When you see these scientific, what do you call it, science fiction movies like Blade Runner 2050. Oh, I've never seen a tree. That must be really beautiful. Okay, that's the fear. We're going to lose our trees. We're going to lose because of the carbon dioxide that's being attacked by these assholes like Bill Gates. I've got a joke, and it's not intended to be a joke. How many times do we have to execute Bill Gates? How many times?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's been 3 already. We're
I
up
know,
to number
right?
4. We're coming up to it.
Supposedly.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
all right. So, okay. This was terrific. Thank you for answering that.
I think it's the financial failure. That's the event.
I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Certainly there's a reason to it. So I guess then the real question for the audience, it's not whether we're being visited, but whether the idea of being visited becomes really the final pretext to fully integrate us into a digital order, possibly. I'm not going to throw it out there either way. It's very clear. And from my insiders and friends I've spoken to, that 2026, you're going to see a lot of information come out. So, both in terms of what's been disclosed, what's going to be disclosed, and what's eventually going to be deployed. Jim, as always,
can I close with a brief comment on silver?
Please. Yeah, my apologies. I should ask.
The word is unobtainium. The shortages are dire. They're drastic. They're severe. And we have already begun. The United States and Trump has already declared silver and a couple of other metals as a strategic national security asset. Mexico is doing the same. They're doing it in a lot different manner. Russia is not, I don't think they're sharing silver for export. I think China has already locked down. Okay, so we got 4 major nations. Mexico is a major nation. They've got close to half the silver production on the planet. Mexico is a silver mine with a bunch of land on top. Okay, that's Mexico. Okay, national security metal competition is coming for silver, and that'll take it to 200 or 300, 400.
I can easily see that. I forgot to mention this, and I should have asked about it, because when I get a lot of this in the comments. Gold and silver are my 2 top buys, and I've been buying platinum recently. But silver definitely complements gold. It has a monetary instrument and intrinsic value. Yes, we're going to see some squeezes. Paper market is coming to an end little by little, and blockchain will solidify that as well. But yeah, next time we'll talk about silver a little more deeper. And if anyone's looking to learn a little bit more information on silver, you can certainly follow Jim and even my dear friend Andy Scheckman. I know you and Jim, you and Andy spoke a while back.
Yeah, we know each other.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's been
Andy's a great guy. Andy is a brilliant guy. I learned from him.
I love Andy. Yeah, he's a good friend.
Let me just say about gold and silver, don't be alarmed at the consolidation here. It got ahead. It went parabolic and went above its trend line. It has to calm down. It'll meet up with the moving averages and move upward again very soon. Don't know how long.
They are. I mean, see, these conversations can go on for hours.
Yeah.
They are re-leveraging as well. So that's another side to it. So many interconnected reasons. But to your point, I certainly see that. But yeah, we'll have to.
golden-jackass.com.
Okay.
Support my work. I'm telling you, I'm too vocal. I'm too outspoken. I'm about the only guy who ever talks about money laundering as a financial channel for, like the NASDAQ stocks or for the Swiss banks. golden-jackass.com. Help me out. Sign up for the newsletter. Make a donation. Get a consult call. I had a consult call scheduled earlier today. We're going to have to make it a couple of days later. The guy had a problem. I've done 820 of them in 5 years, 6 years, almost 6 years now. Okay, it's a lot. They're a lot of fun, and they're boots on the ground. So we could go. I got to shut up. It's golden-jackass.com. Thanks for having me on, and I hope to see you again soon.
No, I was going to say, you know what, man? We're already having this conversation, might as well. But this is something, again, the comments all the time, and including myself, what I appreciate so much about you is just how comfortable I am when I talk to you. But your honesty as well. You don't sugarcoat anything, and that's exactly what we need in these kind of times. People are hungry for the truth, including myself. We're searching for the truth. We're searching for understanding. And you've helped me along this journey. And, just ladies and gentlemen, really, if there's one key takeaway from this, you need to follow Jim's work. And everything we've discussed here, everything is converging, the monetary systems, the technology, even the disclosure. It's all part of this larger transition that Jim's been helping people on, including myself. So whether you view this through one lens of caution or optimism, that's a whole different thing. It doesn't really matter. Awareness is really power. So Jim, thank you again for your time, your wisdom, and even your friendship.
Well, it's great. I'm really glad I met you, and I'm glad I hooked up with you a couple months ago. We had a year that went by. We're going to get a reval for gold, silver, and XRP. I think it's going to be part of the resolution for the U.S. government debt. It's going to be complicated. It's going to be controversial. Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in the next episode of the Black Swan Capitalist. Thank you very much.